As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that has to be sprayed. And I'll probably be using the rotator on all these little pieces here. However, this piece here, I just happened to stick it on there. I probably won't have it automatically turning because all I'm wanting to do is just spray the edge here. I could probably almost do this with a paintbrush. And because the deck part is going to be painted, you know, some sort of dark, make it look like metal plating. Yeah, everything here gets painted with a light gray, and all the rest of it gets painted with the dark gray. And I'm probably not going to do the real-time thing because it would just go on and on and on, so I'm just going to maybe do 2 or 3 on camera, and yeah, we'll see how it goes today. We're just starting today, by the way. It's still fairly early in the morning. Oh, and one quick update here. We were talking about these doors here, these hanger doors, and this one here, which is fairly well defined. It's obviously defined for a reason, and I was thinking that possibly now it goes in and then slides over. That's a possibility. I don't know. And you know what? It's not important. Now I was noticing that if I held the piece in my hand and adjusted it so that the light from overhead was reflecting off of the wet paint, it made it a lot easier to see where I had done and where I hadn't. I got to remember to do that. This scrubbing thing that you see me doing with the toothbrush here, well, that's to get the dried paint off the end of the needle. And yeah, it brings the airbrush back to probably 100% of its efficiency. I've done a bit of a color change here. I cleaned out the airbrush by back flushing with clean isopropyl, and I put in the darker gray. And this is the first piece with the dark gray. Remember, I was just going to want to paint along the edge of it. You may remember that about, several months ago now, I guess, I got this record player turntable from Amazon. I think it was like $20. And the problem with it is it's USB powered. In other words, you have to plug it into a computer. It runs off 5 volts. I have a battery pack that I used to take with me when I used to ride the bus to Kelowna all the time. And, I'd use it to power up my iPad or recharge a cell phone or something like that. And, yeah, it worked really good. I got it from B&H several years ago. And it'll recharge a cell phone about 7 times. There's a lot of power in that thing. Anyway, I knew that I had that, so I wasn't going to have a problem running this turntable. So I took advantage of the fact that it was only $20, and that's why I bought it. Now, before somebody quick types in a comment, why don't you just use a USB power adapter? Yeah, I know I could have done that too. Well, we're all cleaned up. About half an hour or so has passed now. And I'm not noticing a big difference between the light gray and the dark gray. I was hoping that these two would contrast a little more. But maybe when the dark piece is placed against the light, it'll show up. It's not as contrasty as we were doing like a month or so ago. I think that this piece right here is the one that we had the macro lens on. And I was thinking, why don't we slip the super macro on and get in really close and just see what kind of a, spraying job we did. We're probably going to notice it's going to look pretty rough. Right now, normal viewing distance, it looks great. But anyway, let's take a real close look. You will often see a shot with a magnification similar to this. Well, this is as close as I can get with my regular lens. And this is as close as I can get with the normal macro lens. You've seen a lot of shots like this over the years. And this is our super macro at what they call 5:1. The regular macro will zoom into 1:1 maximum. This will go from 2.5:1 to 5:1. And this is the best I can do with the super macro. I'm just going to swing this around 90 degrees now. Okay, this is the second to the last one. If I can get it here. Okay, this is the last one. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but I didn't put enough paint on this one. So I don't know if I should try and brush it or not. I think if I'm very careful, I can probably, put a little bit of paint on with a brush, and at least that's the plan. Okay, just very, very lightly here. I'm hoping when this dries, once again, it's going to shrink. The other side isn't too bad. Okay, let's let that dry and have a look at it. Wow, looks pretty good to me. Now, we didn't do the back. We just did the sides and the front. Makes you wonder if I could have done a lot of the other stuff with the little brush. Probably could have. Several of these little items had what appears to be a screen or a grate, like for air intakes. And then there was these things here that nobody knows what they are. And I was kind of concerned that possibly I was putting it on too thick, but I can see now that I didn't. They survived quite nicely. Now, I was so busy here worrying about all the light gray stuff, I forgot about the dark gray stuff. And we got to get the photo etch that goes on these two things. Guess we have time to do that yet today. But we definitely don't have time to paint any decking. And very carefully now. Okay, we need Photo Etch D6. Two little discs. You'll recognize them when you see them. there are 4 of these D sheets, and there's 2 number 6s on each one. The other 3 sheets, they're missing, so we put them on already, all 6 of them. I didn't remember 6, but anyway, I guess there was. And yeah, so we'll just nip these off, and maybe we'll have time to put them in place. Okay, now we'll just swing this around. Now what I tried to do here is get as close to the piece that we want as possible. And of course, because I pushed record, the garbage truck is going to go by and rattle all the buckets. I think I did pretty good there. We definitely do not have time to glue these little things in place. Yeah, time got away on me here. In fact, there's a good possibility I won't be able to get this edited out in time to get it uploaded and have it released at the regular time. Which, by the way, is 5 o'clock Winnipeg time. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow. Then we'll glue them on.